Hi.
This is the show Shit Brooke and Miriam Says.
This is Hudson, and he's a part of it too. So this is like our first one, and basically all we're gonna do is talk about the shows that we watched together and random things of our lives.
Today we picked this week's episode of Glee.
I just want to say that so far, this season of Glee is the shittiest fucking thing I've ever watched.
Not the shittiest, but it's not as good as it originally was.
Well, compared to like the first two seasons, this season sucks. The storyline isn't good. The songs are horrible. Like, I can think of maybe 3 songs, and they're already almost halfway through the season.
That you've liked, or that you just recall.
No, that probably that I can recall. But
even my boyfriend, who's like not a Glee fan, he watched the last few songs of sectionals this week with me, and he was like, this sucks. This is horrible. I hate this song. And like for Sean to say that, like who hates the show anyway, but like he like wants to keep up with it, I guess, just because I talk about it a lot. For him to say that he didn't like Michael fucking Jackson, you know, you've obviously not done a very good job.
The only good song in this whole episode was the very last song that they sang, and then they did like that thing where they like walk in.
They do that really cheesy
like
we're
friends. We're back together.
Yeah. No, not cool. Not cool.
It could have been 10 times better if you would have just sang the song.
The Trouble Tones should have definitely won sectionals. The Unitards girl, that was not cool.
That is killing me. Like,
why would they name their thing the Unitards? She's not very cool. I don't think she has a great story plot line.
Well, I think her storyline is probably up because she's only supposed to have 2 episodes since she won that Glee project.
Kurt talked to her, and that seemed like a really big deal to me. Like, I feel like that might continue on in some way because she's only a sophomore. That whole shit line.
The only storyline that I somewhat care about and find interesting is Puck and the teacher.
Me too, actually. I love Finn and Rachel, but they're really boring, and I love Kurt, but
they don't have storylines, and they're just the storylines that they do have are annoying.
Basically written out because they're going to college, and so them getting into college doesn't matter to us as an audience. So for that to be their entire storyline, we're like, who gives a shit? You broke our hearts by writing them out. Psh. Until this last episode, I was interested in fucking what's her face, the blonde chick. Quinn.
I like her with long hair.
I liked when her hair was pink.
Quinn?
I wasn't interested in her until she fucking got stupider. She was stupid, but then she got even stupider by turning nice again. I really hope she's not actually nice.
She's such a drama.
She's best when she's angry. And I hated the line where Rachel was like, we're kind of friends, aren't we? And like, I just wanted to gag myself with a spoon.
I'm pretty sure that the Glee writers need to get their shit together.
They need to stop writing American Horror Story shit so complicated and focus a little on Glee. Shows.
An American Horror Story is so complicated, I don't even know if I know what's going on half the time because there's always a new character. There's always, like...
someone else died. Someone else what the fuck? Why would you kill that motherfucker?
It's really annoying.
Yeah. I fucking love Jessica Lange's character. I would marry the shit out of her, and I hope to be as awesome as she is one day. She's a badass.
The old lady?
The old lady,
yeah. I want to look like her when I'm old.
I am just so amazed at her talent and her skill at acting and how she can go from being this, like, lady to being, like, this collected...
She's the most interesting character in that show.
Yeah. She makes that show, hands down.
I love Violet and Tate.
Oh, God.
I think they're so cute. And I love so much that they're together forever.
I liked them up until the point where they had sex. That happened way too soon. You didn't show anything that happened during the sexual act.
That's just apparently a thing with the Glee writers because
they did the same fucking thing. They did the same thing with
Rachel and Kurt and Blaine. Hudson's going to go attack the washing machine. There's nothing we can do about it.
MacBook shows are now going to be our new thing. So if you find us funny or interesting or give a shit about what we're talking about, you should comment and tell us what we should talk about next, since this is our first show.
We have no idea what we're doing.
Thanks for watching if you stuck through this far. We're going to try to do it weekly.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're probably just going to do it every time we hang out.
So we'll see you next week, maybe? Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye. I have a big hand.